all of that. And that's what we are exploring today. So in order not to waste any more time, I'm just going to pull up my screen so we can take a look at this together. Okay, so uh, from $10 to $1,000, a small crypto investment can grow over time. That's what we're exploring today. That's the topic for discussion. And first, a little intro about what we do at Kleino, in case this is your first time you joining a session that has been hosted by Kleino. So Kleino is a network company, and what we do is that we empower individuals with the knowledge, the skills that they need to be able to get into the digital asset space, in that as a sport analyst or as a forex analyst. The reason why we started Kleino was so that we are able to bridge the gap, because there's a gap that currently exists, something that we also experience as well. And that's the fact that we have so many people looking to get into crypto, so many people looking to get into forex, and there's really no place to get the right kind of information. What you see out there is just hype. Oh, I got into forex, or I got into crypto in 2 days and I was able to buy a yacht, or I was able to build this mansion in just that week. And you see things like that, and then you get things like, oh, join this Telegram channel, and then but there's really no place where you can actually learn. And due to the current situation, we have lots of people getting into the space, losing a lot of money, and that is not what we wanted. But and that's the reason why we started Kleino, so that there's a place where you can actually learn, and most importantly, learn the right way. And for the session today, the session is going to be divided into three different sections. The first session being, how can crypto investments grow over time? So we're going to take a look at how your crypto investment can grow over time. Remember, what we are exploring is this. This is what we are exploring. From $10 to $1,000, how small crypto investments can grow over time. That's what we're exploring. That's what we're taking a look at today, okay? So stay with me. The first thing that we understand is, how can your investment grow over time? How can your crypto investment grow over time? And then we're also going to take a look at how you can achieve success. So the very first thing, how your crypto investment can grow over time. And then we're also going to explore how you can achieve success. Then we get into how you can get started immediately, because we have a cohort that's going to begin in a couple of weeks' time, and you want to be a part of that. So that's the way the session today is divided. The session today is divided into three different sections. So it's going to be an amazing one. Stay with me, and I'm going to take you on for an amazing ride. And I'm Aisha Sargunahor. I'm the founder of Kleino, and lots of experience when it comes to digital assets, also in the tech space, and when it comes to data and a whole lot of other things. But we're not here to listen to me speak about myself. No. We're here about something even more. We're here to understand how you can get from $10 to $1,000, how small crypto investment can go over time. Because I know for a fact that everyone is interested in that. It makes sense if you ask me. Okay, so moving on, no much talk. The first bit of information that I need us to take a look at, the first thing that I need us to understand, is the fact that in the space, we have so many people that get into the space, but only 60% of new investors actually start with less than $100. So many people have the opinion that when I want to get into the space, I want to get into digital assets, I want to be able to accomplish this, I want to be able to do this, but I need a certain amount of money. Okay, I need to be able to have, let's say, $1,000, and need to be able to have $1,500 or $2,000, or okay, $1 million, to be able to get into the space and invest rightly and get something out of it. And the answer is no. And looking at these statistics, we see that actually 60% of new investors start with less than $100. So even at your current stage, the little amount of money you have, maybe $20, and when I say $20, I'm saying maybe you have around 40,000 or 50,000, 20,000, you can actually go ahead to invest that, and you will be able to get returns. So if that's the first thing that we are thinking, that's the first bit of information that we know, that, oh, we have to have some certain level of money to get into the space, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. But stay with me. That's just the first thing I wanted us to establish, that we have so many people that get into the space with less than $100. And in the from 2011 to 2012, since the inception of Bitcoin to now, there's been a very high rise in terms of the value. But I'll take you on a story. Okay, in a story. When Bitcoin started, and I'm going to use Bitcoin, I'll also use other examples, right? When Bitcoin got into the market, when it was introduced in 2009, Bitcoin was worth $0.03. Okay, that's less than a dollar, less than a cent. That was what it was worth. And then as of 2011, 2012, we had it become $10. Okay, so as of 2011 and 2012, we had Bitcoin become worth $10. At this point, there were many investors, there were many people that actually got into the space. Maybe in proportion to the actual number of people that got into the space later after we had another boost, maybe it's low, but yeah, you had a number of people that got into the space that went ahead to purchase Bitcoin assets. 2011 when Bitcoin was worth $10, and so we had, as you can see, this is the chart. This is the all-time chart for Bitcoin. Now, as at last year, 2024, Bitcoin was worth $108,268. Now, what does that mean? That means that if you had spent $10 in buying one Bitcoin, as of 2011, you bought one Bitcoin. Today, that Bitcoin is going to be worth over $100,000. And $100,000, then $100,000, then you're looking over like 100 million. Of course, that's a lot of money, right? So you can see a steady increase. There's always been an increase. But is this the case? Is this the case for every kind of digital assets? Is this the case for every is this the case for every coin out there? Is this the case that all you just need to do, get into the space, get a bunch of money, buy some coins, and then you relax and you opt for the best? Okay, is that the case? We're gonna explore all of that, but just stay with me as we take things step by step. It's gonna be an amazing time, trust me. So again, to rephrase everything we've seen, first and first, we have less than 60% of investors, less than 50% of investors actually started with less than $100. Less than 60%, 60% of new investors, I'll rephrase, 60% of new investors started with less than $100. And then we've seen a meteoric rise in Bitcoin from 2009 to 2024. But is it just Bitcoin? Okay, is it just Bitcoin? And does it mean that you have to wait for a long period of time for you to be able to get returns on your investment? That's something we'll explore as well. But something I wanted to take a look at in this chart, as you can see, at the start where we have $10 in 2011, 2012, still the same. Then moving into 2013, then you can see it was now worth $600. That was over like 200% increase. And then in 2014 came down, and then you had it's 2015 $260, 2016 it hit $1,000, in 2017 it hits $19,000, and it got dropped down, and you can see the way it goes, and it goes. So, and taking a look at that, I want us to explore some real scenarios, some scenarios that people actually carried out, some things that actually did happen, looking at the timeline, right? In 2012, as we've been able to establish, Bitcoin was roughly around $10 in 2012. So that means that if you had actually gone ahead to invest and you had gotten one Bitcoin, fast forward to 2021, 2022. I'm not even talking about 2024, where it became $100,000, right? Fast forward to 2021, 2022. What you noticed is that Bitcoin peaked to around $60,000. That means your $10 would have become $60,000. Your $10 would have become what? $60,000. Let that sink in. But it's not just Bitcoin. There are also other kind of investment. There are also kinds of coins. For example, taking a look at the Matic. Matic was trading at around $0.01 in early 2020. That was about 5 years ago. In 2020, Matic was trading for what? $0.01. That was less than a dollar. And then a $10 investment, if you've gone ahead to spend $10, and what's $10? $10 is equivalent to around 16,000 naira. Okay, for those in Nigeria, 15,000 to 16,000 naira, thereabout. And then that means that amount of money would have gotten you about 1,000 Matic. 1,000 Matic coins, and then as of 2021, 2 years later, a year later, sorry, a year later, that coin peaked to be worth $2.70. So that means that your $10 was now worth $2,700 in just a year. So that's the actual situation, and these are just two examples. You also have some others like Solana and a couple on Ethereum as well, and a couple of other things. So it's not just Bitcoin. There are a lot of other ways. There are a lot of other coins that have seen that we have seen astronomical rise in recent times, and that people have been able to get a lot from. People have been able to benefit from looking at this, getting into this, and trying to find how they can go ahead to invest. And that is the case, as we've seen from the data. But it doesn't end there. There's something else that we also need to take a look at. So does that mean that all you just need to do, like I mentioned earlier, is just get in and look for a coin, buy a coin, and start hoping that you're going to make some kind of astronomical returns? Not really. For this kind of coins that I've mentioned, I talked about Bitcoin, and I also talk about Matic. I talked about Ethereum. There's something that you need to look out for when you go ahead to purchase those coins. You need to take a look at the right project. You need to take a look at the project. You need to do lots of research. For you to be able to get from $10 to $1,000, you usually need to spend a lot of time, okay, over a period of time. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Don't get this wrong. So it's not a scheme where you're expecting that, oh, like a Ponzi scheme. Everyone heard about CBEX, okay, where apparently there was this trade that AI trades for you. But let's not go into all of that. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme where you just go into and you say, oh, I want to put in this amount of money today, and tomorrow you want to become a billionaire. Why that happens for some people, that is not actually the norm. Because again, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So it's usually you going ahead to invest and spending a long period of time. You're going ahead to invest and spending a long period of time for you to get substantial returns. And in the only kind of coins that will give you that substantial returns are coins that have the right project backing them. That means who is the founder? Who is the person that created the coin? What's the project like? Are they partnering with different organizations? Are they looking at ways that they can ensure that the coin is now used for your day-to-day transactions? Are there things that are they trying to look at ways that the coin can be integrated with modern society? All of those things are things that you have to take a look at for you to be able to say that, oh, this is a coin that would work this way. One would also get into that, okay? Just stay with me. So you have to ensure that you pick the right projects. You look out for coins that have utility. And when I say utility, that's me talking about the fact that these coins are going to be used. They're actually working on ways to see how these coins can be used on a day-to-day basis in transaction, being embedded into systems, and not just a situation where you have a coin and it's just, okay, the coin is just to buy and sell, like just quick cash. No, all those kinds of coins are coins that you go ahead to invest today, and you are expecting it's going to become like Bitcoin tomorrow, or in one day you want to get 1,000%, and then instead of you having a rise, you're having a decrease and you're losing money. So it's very important that you identify the right coins project, the right project. Ensure that the coins has utility, like Ethereum, like your Link, your Bitcoin, your Solana, all of those things. And then you have to look out for strong teams, clear use cases, and growing adoption. What a strong team means. Who are the developers behind the coin, the project, the company behind the coin? Who's the organization behind the coin, the people behind the coin? Who is actually trying to create this? What is the clear use case? This particular coin that has been launched into the market, what is it going to be used for? How is it going to be used? What sense is it going to be used to achieve? Are there certain kinds of are there certain aspects of e-commerce that this coin can come in? What is the purpose? There has to be a purpose. Cryptocurrency is not just a coin that, okay, let's buy, wait for it to increase and sell and make money. No, it is a currency. And what's currency? It's used for what? Buying and selling. That's the actual intention. Just that it's a currency that is stored digitally. So you have to ensure that there is a clear use case for the coin that you are looking to purchase, so you can have increase so you can have growth and not have a decline. That's not have. What's the opposite of growth? I don't know if there's an opposite of decrease or a decline, right? You don't want that. So you have to ensure that there's a clear use case. And also take a look at your what? Your adoption. The growing adoption. Are more and more people interested in this coin? Are more people buying the coins? Are more people talking about the coins? Is everyone looking at ways that they can add this to their system? For example, a couple of weeks ago, if you follow MasterCard, I don't know if you guys know MasterCard. MasterCard, they produce cards for banks, right? Like your bank card, your Access Bank, your Zenith Bank, First Bank, usually have MasterCard there. So MasterCard is a company on its own. MasterCard is not a bank. It's a company on its own that is in charge of like financial transactions, creating cards. So the cards they're using, it's passing through. Anyways, that's a lot of talk. But what I'm just trying to say is that MasterCard is a company. Just that so many banks patronize MasterCard for them to create their cards that they use as a link for their transactions and all of that. But MasterCard is an actual company. And as said last week or 2 weeks there about, MasterCard has been looking at ways that they can integrate cryptocurrency into their system. That means that with a MasterCard, you're going to be able to trade crypto. It's still in the works. They made an announcement on that. You can also check this out. That's followed news. Understand what is happening. What is happening in this day and age. So you need to take a look at what? The growing adoption. Growing adoption. Are people looking at ways that they can integrate this into their system or not? And then for the right project, you have to beware of red flags. Pump groups, pump and dump. What's pump and dump? An example, your meme coins. Your what? Your meme. When I say meme, I actually mean meme coins. Your meme. I'm sure you guys know meme. Meme, they're jokes. You go on social media, you see memes, someone dancing and jokes like your stickers, your GIF, okay? They're jokes. And your meme coin is actually, that means that if meme means joke, meme coin can mean what? Joke coins. So if your meme coins means jokes, that means that your meme coins can be called joke coins. What's joke coin? Joke coins are your pump and dump. Pump and dump means that you come into the market, you get people to buy a lot of the coin, and then as soon as it goes up in value, you sell to get money. When picking the right project, follow me, okay? Stay with me. When picking the right project, when you're looking to buy a coin for a long-term investment, for you to be able to get the returns that Bitcoin would give you, for you to be able to get the returns that something like Ethereum would give you, for you to be able to get the returns that Matic would give you, like we just saw, you need to ensure that they are not pump and dump projects. They are not what pump and dump projects. The way meme coins work, let's say I decide I want to launch a coin. And I say, oh, today I want to launch a coin, and I'm going to call the coin A coin. Okay, say I want to call the coin A coin. And then once I launch the coin and the coin is out there, because I'm the owner of the coin, I'll probably have like 60% of the coin, and then I would sell maybe 30% of the market, 40% of the market, but I would own a majority of the coin. So once people start buying the coin, the price of the value, the value is increasing. As the value is increasing, then what do? I sell. So as I sell, I make profit. And then as I sell, I'm flooding the markets with the commodity, I'm flooding the markets with the coin, and that will lead to a reduction in the price. So I've made my profit, but for every other person that has that coin, they make losses. That is a pump and dump. That's your meme coin. So for that, you don't want to invest long term. People also make a lot of money from meme coins, and that's very true. It's also a part of crypto. It's very you can make a lot of money from meme coins as well, but you have to be very smart about it. When going into that, you know it is not for a long-term investment. You know that you are not looking to invest and leave your money for a long period of time. No, you're gonna cry. Okay, you don't want to do that, and you don't want to put in money that you know that once you lose that it's going to that you're not going to be able to lose that kind of money. The only money you should put into meme coins, it's money that you know, okay, if anything happens, I'm still fine. Because just Just like that, everything can just go down the drain. So you want to ensure that you identify what's your pump groups, and also zero utility tokens, tokens that they don't have any use. Like I said, no use. There's no plan. It's just for there for you to buy, and once it's up, you sell. So you can make a lot of money from that, but you have to be smart about it. And when it comes to long-term investment, those are not the coins you invest in. Okay, so I just want to confirm that we are together. If you know we are following, if you know you're together, just give me a thumbs up or send one to the chat box. Okay, just give me a thumbs up, just give me some reactions. I just want to ensure that we're together. Okay, just give me some reactions. I need some reactions. Okay, oh, thank you very much, Ayo. I need reactions from every other person. So just take a look at your device. You're going to see a play like an emoji. An emoji. So once you click on that emoji, you're going to see lots of reactions that you can work with. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sharif. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Suleiman. Fantastic. Good to know that we're following. So that's the situation. So yes, you can make a lot of money from meme coins. Trust me, I've made a lot of money. Okay. You can make a lot of money from meme coins, but there are certain things you want to do. First of all, you have to know it's not a long-term investment. So it's not like you're going to buy and wait. No, it's not buy and wait. It's buy, look, sell immediate, like just get in, get out as quickly as you can, right? And then number two is that for those kind of coins, you want to ensure that whatever amount of money you're putting in is money that you are comfortable with losing. Because once you just go ahead to buy, it might just go down immediately. So you have to be very, very watchful. So now that we've established all of this, the next thing that we have to take a look at is their risks. Because I've talked about the fact that Bitcoin moved from $10 to over $100,000. I've talked about the fact that from Matic we had from $0.01 to over $2 per coin. That means your $10 became what? Became $2,700, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we've taken a look at that. But are they actually risks? Because it seems like everyone, when they talk about crypto, when they talk about Forex, it's all about just getting and going to become a millionaire in like 2 hours, right? See, you see this, my Lamborghini. Okay, my Lamborghini. I bought it from Forex just today. You see those guys on Instagram a whole lot. Okay, you see them on Instagram a whole lot. You see this Lamborghini? It's usually Lamborghini. Okay, you see this Lamborghini or this yacht? I just bought it 2 hours after I got into this trade, and I just made $2 million by investing only $5. I've made $2 million and I'm a millionaire. If you want to do this, click on that link and join my Telegram channel. It's usually Telegram. Join my Telegram channel. And so there are lots of things, but you don't get to understand about the risks because they are actually risks. In Bitcoin, being a spot analyst, being a crypto analyst, investing in all of those things, it is an investment. And in every investment, there are three levels. There are three different kinds of investments. You have you have three different kinds of investment, right? You have the conservative investment, you have the moderate, and you have the aggressive. The conservative investment, these are investment that you go into that the chance of you losing money is very, very low. So the chance of you losing money is low. Very, very low. It's like an example of conservative investment is your real estate. So if you buy land, and of course you have to do your research, right? But ideally, when you buy land, there's only going to be an increase with time. The chance of you losing your money from real estate is very low, except if you buy land in a place that's prone to natural disaster. So you buy land in a place that the government's property, right? You know, those kind of issues. But if you buy land in a place that is the chance of you losing your money is very low. But for you to get returns, you have to spend a period of time, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever the case may be, for you to get returns from that land. That's conservative investment. Another kind of conservative investment, your mutual funds. You can go ahead to buy mutual funds from a broker, and then your mutual funds, your conservative mutual funds, you can go ahead, in a year you invest, you buy the mutual funds, and then in a year you can get about 21% returns. The chance of you losing your money in mutual funds is next to zero. There's still a tiny chance, because every investment there's risks involved, right? No matter how safe it might seem, there's risks. But for this particular mutual funds, the risk is next to zero. So you can go ahead to buy mutual funds, and then you know that, oh, you're not going to lose money. But the returns is not so great. It is great, but not so great, right? In for mutual funds, you get returns of at least 20, 21, 22%, usually 20% max in a year. That means that if you buy mutual funds, let's say you invest 100,000 naira in buying mutual funds, in 1 year, you're going to get 120,000 naira back in 1 year, not in 30 days, in 1 year. Anyone that tells you that you should come ahead to invest in 30 days and you're going to get 40%, 50%, it's a lie. Nothing like that happens. Okay. And with no weeks, nothing like that happens. Nothing like that happens. Okay. So you have to, so that's it. In 1 year, you can get 20%. That's mutual fund. And that's another kind of conservative investment. Low risks, low returns. Okay. Low risks, low returns. And then you have the aggressive kind of investment. Now the aggressive, these are investment that you go into that there's a high chance of you losing money. There's a high chance of you losing money. That's the risk is high, but there's also an equally high return. It's high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward. An example of aggressive investment, for some stocks. Okay, there are some stocks that fall under aggressive. Another example is your crypto. When it comes to things like your meme coins and all of that, right? Your crypto aggressive investment. There's a very high chance of you making a lot of money. Maybe in a month you just get it 100% returns. But there's also a high chance of you losing lots of money in that period of time as well. So there's nothing like, oh, you're gonna get this amount and there's no chance of losing money. No, that is not the case. And then you have the moderate kind of investment which falls in between. And an example of moderate investment are stocks. When you buy stocks from companies, for example, let's say you decide today, I want to buy Dangote shares, right? You want to buy Dangote shares. It's a conservative, it's a moderate, because the chance of you losing money is not so high, but it's not so low. There's a chance that the company might have a poor year. There's a chance that the company might lose money that year. Every company, it's a company, it happens, it's business, right? But it's not like there's a chance that you lose money, right? But the chance it's not also the chance is not next to zero, and it's not like, oh, it's so high. Unlike your mutual funds where the chance of you losing money is very, very, like, no, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Okay, the stocks, when you buy shares of companies, there is a chance that you are going to lose money. That maybe you invest 100,000 and later on the 100,000 becomes 50,000. You've lost 50,000. There is a chance that would happen. But there is also a chance that the returns that you get is also what? Moderate. It's moderate. It's not so high and it's not so low. Because the company could have a fantastic year, like a boom year. For example, those that bought Nvidia stocks. I don't know if you guys know Nvidia. Okay, those are bought Nvidia stocks. Yeah, they're living in cloud nine right now. Okay, same with Tesla, and same with some others. So the it's like medium risks, medium returns, medium risks, medium returns, and those are the different kinds of rates. And so something that you have to understand is that when you're trading, when you're buying coins, whether it's a spot analyst or as a forex analyst, there is a very high chance of you making a lot of money. That's increased profit. You can make lots of profits, but it also magnifies your losses. So that means that as you can make lots of profit, there's also a chance of you losing lots of money. And then so like I would just rephrase. So that means as there's a chance of you losing a lot of money, there's also a chance of you getting lots of profit. And then also you have prices fluctuate, and wrong trades can lead to losses, like I said. And it is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not a get quick rich scheme. It is not. So that's the situation. Those are the things that you have to understand for you when you're looking to get into the space. But then, is it worth it? Now that you've listened to all of this, is this something that you should actually be looking to get into? The answer is yes, it is. Because when you take a look at the current happenings, I talked about MasterCard, the fact that MasterCard are looking at ways that they can incorporate cryptocurrency. And then you also have the Investment and Securities Act 2025. Now, I don't know if you've come across this, but in March 2025, the government of Nigeria, that's the federal government of Nigeria, signed an act That's the Investment and Securities Act. And this act contains a couple of things. So many things about the fact that, oh, now Ponzi is actually a very big crime, and a couple of all that things. But there's something I want to draw attention to, and that is the recognition of digital assets. For the first time ever, Nigeria now recognizes digital assets such as cryptocurrencies and all of that as securities. What does this mean? This means that the government is now saying that the world is moving towards this, that there's actually a future in this. And so they're now looking at ways that they can also be involved by ensuring that every one of their citizens remain safe, while ensuring that what every one of their citizens remains safe. If you had asked me in, let's say, 2 years ago, over in 2024, do I think that the Nigerian government would ever come around in a time to say, okay, we're going to sign this into law, that, oh, we're going to say now we actually recognize cryptocurrencies? I would say no, that is never going to happen. I was surprised when March this year, and just like magic. So this was signed by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This was signed, and you can read up on the full report. This is not something that's hidden. You can go online and check this out. And of course, once you fill the form that has been sent to the chat box by my colleague, you get slides, so you can also read up on the full report. This was carried by all newspapers. You can check the federal government website and all of that. And you're gonna see this, right? That's the SEC website. So that means that there's actually a future. Yeah, this is something that you should be looking into, because like I said, they are right projects. Looking at Bitcoin, how Bitcoin started and where it is at the moment. Looking at Ethereum, where it started from and where it is at the moment. There is a future in there, but you have to be able to identify the right project, as we've been able to establish previously. So now that we've been able to take a look at all of those things, how then can you achieve success? Because there is a reason why you're in the session at the moment. There is a reason why you're on the call right now. It's the fact that this is a space that you're looking to get into. But you absolutely want to ensure that you're doing it the right way. You absolutely want to ensure that you are able to succeed. So, how then do you succeed? Because let me be very, very clear. First of all, everyone makes losses. Anyone that tells you that they don't make a loss, that's actually a very big fat lie. Everyone makes losses, but the goal is to make more profit than losses. Because when you make more profit than losses, then I guess you made a profit. Okay, so that's actually the goal. So now looking at that, what is the strategy? How can you go ahead to succeed when it comes to either as a sports analyst or as a forex analyst? The first thing that you have to do, the first thing that you have to be able to scroll a moment. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to be able to identify the path for you. What does that mean? You have to know, do you want to be a sport analyst or do you want to be a forex analyst? Because they're actually two different things. Lots of people think that they are the same. They are not. They are different. And we're going to explore the differences and the differences. We're going to explore all of that. Okay. And so you can also decide on which is right for you. So the first thing, you want to identify the path for you. That's the reason why you're in a session like this, so you get an understanding. And then the next thing that you want to do is that you want to go ahead to learn the skills. Now, when I say learn the skills, I actually mean learn the skills. Many people think that what crypto is all about and what sport is all about, what Forex is all about, is just go ahead to install an application, install Trust Wallet, and start buying coins. No, that's step one in losing money. Okay, so if you want to go ahead to make so much losses, that's your step one. Just go ahead, download an application and start buying coin. That's step one. And I can guarantee you I guarantee you that that's like you're gonna lose a lot of money. I have experienced it before, and that's the reason why we started planning our game. So you have to learn the skills. Learn the right way. You're not just learning in calls whereby maybe you're in the Telegram channel and maybe they're just dropping links and maybe there's a Telegram call. No, you want to go ahead to learn in a well-structured format where you're in the class, in a session like this, you're listening to the facilitator, you're asking questions, you're working with the tools, you're getting experience, you're learning the right way, where all of your sessions are recorded so that you can go back to the recording later, or maybe you missed the class or there's something you forgot and you want to go through all of that again, so you can get access, just relearn the materials. So you want to be able to get access to all of those things. You want those things in your classroom. You want to learn the right way, so you are able to understand the skills, how to work with the different tools, from your coin market cap to your trading view, your deck screener, depending on the path that you're looking to get into. And then the next thing that you want to do is that you want to be able to practice, 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 practice. Tell me, dude, is there any profession, let's say in medicine, for instance, or maybe even a pilot, where you've gone ahead to learn, you've gotten the skills, and then you don't practice? I don't think I've seen any of that. As a pilot, after you've gone through flying school, you have simulations where no stakes, right? No risks. So you're just testing it out, so you are able to get that confidence before you go ahead to fly. Same thing as a doctor. You've gone through medical school. You have to now go ahead for your residency. Your residency when you're acting as a doctor, but usually with supervision. So you are learning, you're getting the ropes and all of those things. So tell me, why then would you learn the skills? Why then would you say you want to be a forex analyst and a spot analyst, and then maybe you just learn a thing or two, and the next thing you do is that you dive head first into the market? You want to be able to practice in a low risk environment whereby the things that you've learned, you're carrying it out. You're carrying out your technical analysis, your fundamental analysis, you're getting all of the understanding, working with the different tools, and they're going ahead to say, okay, this is what I think is going to happen in the trade. This is what I think is going to happen. Working with dummy currencies. Now, what that we do for you is that you're actually testing things out and you're seeing the results, because while you might be testing, you are testing with current realities. That means that while it's a practice in real life. That means that while it's a practice, if you actually go ahead and you get things right in your practice, if you had gotten things right in real life, you would have made profit, right? Because it's the same thing. So let's say you made the prediction that this is going to go up, your life is going to go up, and then you make a profit in your practice simulation. Don't forget your practice simulation. So, and then the reverse, and also when you and of course when you make a profit, since it's practice simulation, you're not going to be getting any money. Okay, that should be pretty understood, right? And the reverse, and not the reverse, and vice versa is the case. That means that when you go ahead to make a prediction, you go ahead to say, okay, this is what the trade is going to look like, and you actually get it wrong. Well, if you had done that in using actual platforms, using in real life, that you would have lost money. Since you are practicing, you're not going to lose at all, because that means that you're testing things out. You're trying to be confident. You're building confidence before you actually get into the market. And many people do not do this. That's something that you need for you to be able to succeed. And then you have your trade psychology and your risk mastery. For you to be able to succeed as in trading, for you to be able to succeed either as a sports analyst or as a forex analyst, you need to have your trade psychology and your risk mastery. And the way you get this is that you want to be able to have one-on-one sessions with experts, where different from the classes, maybe there's something you want to do, you have a question or two, you can have a one-on-one session. And when I mean a one-on-one session, I actually mean a one-on-one session where you're asking questions and saying, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, and then you get advice. Now, while Kleiniel might not be financial advisors, while we might not be financial advisors, you want to be able to tell you want to be able to, yeah, okay, this is what we've seen works, this is what we think happens, and then of course at the end of the day, you get to make that decision on what you want to do, on the way that you want to go through. But at least you want to be able to get just pass your idea through someone else and listen to what they have to say. Then your live trading analysis. Your live trading analysis, this you want to be able to have sessions. Now, not just your everyday live trading analysis, where all you do is that you jump on a session, you're watching someone click on something, and then just clicking and doing this. No, you want to be able to join a session where you're sharing ideas, where whatever the facilitator is doing, they are telling you, this is the reason I'm doing this, this is the reason I'm doing this, so that you can also understand and share your ideas. An example, maybe in that session, the facilitator is like, okay, this is what I saw today in the news. I saw that the US was going to fall into recession. Okay, the US is going to fall into recession, and or maybe Nigeria or whatever country. I noticed that they're going to fall into recession, and because of this, I feel that there's going to be a decrease in the US dollar, in the weight of the US dollar due to the recession. So I think this is the way we should go ahead to trade, right? And then you go ahead to say, oh, yes, I saw that, but I also saw something else. I saw that the Bank of America are actually going to be increasing interest rates. So they're going to be increasing interest rates in order to what? In order to prevent more people from borrowing, and in order to strengthen the US dollar. So to counter the effects of the recession in the economy. So based on that, don't you think the US dollar is actually going to increase instead of decrease? So this is where you're sharing ideas. You're past, okay, this is what we should do, this is what we should do. So that at the end of the day, everyone comes to a reasonable conclusion that this is the right path that we think we should take. Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to learn, to be able to carry out your trades yourself without needing someone else. And so this is the way when you get that experience, you get to learn, you share ideas, because one person doesn't know it all again. Again, everyone makes losses, don't forget. But the goal is to ensure that you make more profit than losses, because that's where you actually made a profit. And then you want to be able to navigate financial investment. It's very, very important that if you are looking to get into the space, into digital assets, you have, and I repeat, I'm going to repeat one more time, you have to have a balanced portfolio. You need a portfolio that is well balanced. And what do I mean by a balanced portfolio? You don't want to put all of your money into crypto. You don't want to pull up all of your money into forex. No, you want to be able to diversify. You want to save. Saving is good, but again, you don't want to save 100% of your money, because due to inflation, saving is not going to make you rich, and you don't want to save 100% due to inflation, right? You can check the CBN website, but we'll have another session on that another time. Okay. But yeah, but you also want to save. Saving is great. So let's say you want to save maybe 30% of your 30%, you save 30%, then your needs, your wants, things that you have to buy to survive. Maybe you want to see how you can, maybe 20% of your monthly income will go into that, so that's 50%. And then your other 10% to your maybe 15% will go into your high yield interest savings account, which is an account that you get yearly returns of at least 7 to 8% every year. It's an account that you can open in any bank: Access Bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank, Sky Bank, FCM, name them. Okay, you can open it in any bank. It's different from your savings account, it's different from your current account, and many people don't know about this. So you can use that for your emergency funds, and then you start also investing into your retirement accounts, looking at things like here, maybe if you want to invest in the S&P 500 or the Nigerian stock equivalent, so where you are investing in stocks and your money is compounding over time. So let's say in the next 20-40 years you are going to make a lot of money. So let's say you are investing a certain amount in 12 in 20 years, 25 years time, you get maybe over 2 million percent returns. Very, very amazing, right? That's for your retirement account. And then for into your spot, into your for your crypto investment, then you can put another 10% or 50%. I don't know if I've exceeded 100% now, okay? But you can put the other in there for for that's your more and for your investment. That of course, while there might be more risk, but there's actually a chance of you getting more returns. Don't forget. So you also invest in there. That's the way you succeed. You don't just put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to be able to diversify, because you want to be money wise. You want to be able to build wealth, and so you want to be financially wise. The way you navigate financial investment, these are sessions where you want to be able to speak with finance experts, from investment bankers to brokers, people that actually understand the finance space, talking about, okay, this is what you need to do, this is how you can balance up your portfolio so you're money wise. Because so many people, they don't know this. It's either they spend all of their money, or they put all of their money in savings, or put all of their money in crypto, and each and every one of these, there's always a bad side to things. Now, while it might work for some people, for the general populace, that is not the case. And you also want to have mentorship, which is very, very important. People that are actually succeeding, where you're looking to succeed, telling you, okay, this is what I do, this is what I do, so you can also succeed as well. And then the next thing that you want to have is your networking and your portfolio. These two things, your networking, you want to be in a community that makes sense, a community of individuals that are actually trying to achieve similar things as you. Not a community where the only thing you're seeing is signal, and you don't even know what the signal is. You're just saying signal, and then after you've seen like 5 signals, someone will now post a picture of a Lamborghini and say that I always love using Lamborghini, because Lamborghini is like the hottest thing right now, apparently. Okay, then you see a picture of a Lamborghini that says, oh, I just bought this one. No, you want to be in a community of people that are also looking to achieve the same things they are looking to achieve. People that also have their 9 to 5. So many people look down on 9 to 5, like, oh, if you have a 9 to 5, it's a crime. No, you can have a 9 to 5 and also be trading by the side, and you're even more wiser than someone that is trading full time. So when you've been able to establish yourself as a great trader, then you can decide, okay, I want to quit my 9 to 5 and focus on that only, if you want to, right? That's That's not your personal decision. But you want people that, as a 9 to 5er, you're bringing in monthly income. You also want people that also understand similar struggles, that are looking at ways that they can also benefit from the systems, coming together, finding new ways that, okay, I feel this trade is going to work. I feel this is going to work. A community that makes sense. And of course, I talked about your portfolio. All of these things you need. And these things are what will help you become an expert, to get another stream of income. All of these steps, this is a strategy that you use to succeed either as a forex analyst or as a spot analyst. It's not just, oh, go and buy a coin and you become, no, that is not the way it works. Okay, so this is what you need to do. And so what are the skills that you now need? Because I talked about forex, I talked about spot. What then do you need to know? If you are looking to be a forex analyst, there are certain skills that you need to have. There are certain tools that you have to understand. The skills that you need to be able to understand is like how you can integrate your MT4 and your how you can work with your MT4 or your MT5, your technical and fundamentals analysis, and also your sentiment analysis. You need to understand your candlestick and chart patterns. You need to be able to understand your leverage, lot size, and spread, your risk management strategies. You need to understand your Fibonacci levels. There are a lot of things that you have to understand to be able to make world trades. That's the reason why you notice I've been saying forex analyst. I've not been saying forex trader, because you are not winning things. When you win things, then I feel that's just gambling. No, you are not gambling. You are actually putting a lot of research into this before you go ahead to working with the differences before you go ahead to actually make the trade. A forex analyst is just like a weather forecaster. I'm sure everyone knows a weather forecaster. A weather forecaster is a scientist that goes ahead to take a look at the weather, carries out so many research, so many experiments, using different records to predict what the weather will be like tomorrow. A weather forecaster is not the newscaster. It's not the person that says, oh, tomorrow is going to rain or not in the news. No, it's the person that actually told the newscaster that it's going to rain tomorrow or not. That's the actual weather forecaster. And they're scientists. So just like a weather forecaster has to do so many research, has to do so many things to be able to make that prediction, that's the same thing for a forex analyst. But for a forex analyst, it deals with what? With real life currencies. So forex analyst trades real currencies. That you decide, okay, is the euro going to go up against the dollar, or is the dollar going to go up against the euro, the yen going to go up against the, things like that. There's so many things involved. But if for forex, you are actually working with your real currencies. Like when I say real currencies, I'm talking about your centralized currencies, your currencies and that's so many that countries use, right? And forex opens Monday to Friday. Forex closes. That's the reason why most times you get things like the market opened at this amount and closed at this amount, because you can only trade on Mondays to Fridays. On weekends, the market closes and reopens on a Monday. So it's 2-4-5 for the forex market. So you have to understand what you have to understand all of the skills and the tools that you have to know how to work with. You need to understand how to work with your tools like your MT4, your TradingView, your MT5, to your Mexi Global, your Forex Factory. All of those tools are tools that you need to understand to be a forex analyst. And the learning timeline is for 2 months, where you get to have 1 month of learning and another month of internship, with classes being on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. So Saturdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're looking to get into sport, and when I say sport, I mean crypto. Crypto is what you're looking at. Sport analyst. You want to be a sport analyst. A sport analyst is just like a gold trader. And what I mean like a gold trader? A gold trader buys gold, looks at gold. Okay, when gold is low, buys gold and sells at a profit. That is the sport analyst. But just like the gold trader deals in gold, the spot analyst deals in cryptocurrencies. So deals in what? Cryptocurrencies, like the Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana, your all of those coins, right? That's what the crypto analyst deals on. And the skills that you need to have, the things that you need to understand. You need to understand what's the difference between your centralized exchange and your decentralized exchange, and how can you trade with both. You have to understand your staking, your yield finance, because so many people think that the only way to get to make money from spot, from crypto, is just to buy and sell coins. No, there's so many other ways. You have your pre-sales, whereby you buy a coin before it is launched to make a certain amount of money. You have your staking as well. There's so many other aspects that you have to understand. So many things you have to understand. You have to understand your risk management in trading. Very important. You have to know the right time to sell, the right time to hold, and the right time to buy. Some people sell when they should have held and get to make make profits. Sometimes even make losses. Okay, let's take it again. Some people sell when they should have held. Okay, how that's mishold, and end up making losses or don't make enough profit. Some people buy when they should not have bought and end up buying a coin that was not going to increase in value, but that was only going to decrease. And some people hold when they should have sold and end up reducing the amount of profit they would have made, or end up not making any profit at all. So you have to understand, when should I sell, when should I buy, and when should I hold? And the tools that you need to understand, the tools that you need to know how to use to be able to work on all of this, the tools like your Coin Market Cap, your CoinGecko, your Dex Screener, to your Binance, your Bamboo, your Xnest. These are tools that you need to work with. These are things that you need to understand as a sports analyst. And then your learning timeline is for 2 months, where you get to learn for 1 month, 1 month of learning, and you have a 1 month of internship. The classes being on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. Okay, looking at all of this now. Okay, so you're saying, I understand. I get you. So I want to be a sports analyst. I actually want to get into all of this. Fantastic. So I would still like to know, though, how am I going to succeed? Well, how is Clannad going to position me for success? Easy. We talked a little bit about this earlier. For you to succeed as a trader, you have to, not just as a trader, I really don't like using the word trader, okay? For you to succeed as an analyst, you have to understand your TS. You have to be able to get your TS and your TPRM. The TS being your technical skills, and the TPRM being your trading psychology and your risk mastery. You need your technical skills and then your TPRM put together for you to be able to achieve success. If one of them is missing, then no success for you. Sorry about that. And we are very much invested in your success. That's the reason why you get additional services. You get your additional services where you get to build the other 50%, which is your trading psychology and your risk mastery, from being able to have one-on-one sessions with experts. Okay, being able to have one-on-one sessions with experts. Just give me a moment. Okay, one-on-one sessions with experts, to being able to have your live trading analysis. I talked about this earlier. Of course, you want to be able to have your one-on-one sessions with experts, your live trading analysis that you are sharing ideas, not just looking at someone click on the screen and you don't know what the person is doing, right? You're sharing ideas. And then you have navigating financial investment, being able to speak with finance experts so you can diversify you diversify your income, so your income comes in and you're able to break it across multiple places, and you are making returns, and everything's not just sitting in the bank, or you're not just putting everything into an investment where you don't know if it's going to crash, and if it crashes, it's hell, right? So you want to be able to understand how to be financially smart. Very, very important. Then you have your market rundown, where this week, so you had to go to work, you've been very busy, you're tired. The market's run down, a session that you can jump in, where you get to understand, okay, this is what happened in the week, this is what happened in the week, this news for the week, so that you can use that news if you want in making your trades, just in case you're not able to carry out that's your fundamental analysis, just in case you're not able to do that. So we get to take a look at the market, tell you the news, okay, this is what's happening, this is what is happening, just for those that were not able to take a look at the news for that week due to life, right? Because we all have busy lives. You have your spouse, you have your kids, so all of those things. So that's the market's rundown. And then you have the alumni community. Everything I mentioned earlier, a community that makes sense. That is what you want to be a part of. All of this would provide the other 50% that you need, in addition to the technical skills that you will get, that would help you achieve success and to be able to get another stream of income. So how can you be a part of this? How can you benefit from everything that I've talked about so far? It's very easy. All you have to do is to join our next cohort. And our next cohort is going to begin on the 6th of June. That is our next cohort. And how can you be a part of this? Easy, by registering. The to register at the moment is 50,000. So either for the Forex analysis program, if you're looking to go for the Forex analysis program or for the sport analysis program, you get to register with 50,000. But right now, we are currently running a discount only for the first 20 people to register. And of course, the slots have been filling up fast. And you get to pay 40,000 instead. You get a 20% off if you go ahead to register, and that you are actually part of the first 20 people. So how do you make payments? How do you go ahead to register? Easy. My colleague is going to send to the chat box the registration link. So once you click on that link, it's going to bring you over to the client registration hub. So I'm just going to pull up my screen and show you what that looks like. So to bring you over to the client registration hub, it brings you over here. And yeah, great. So once you click on that link, it brings you over here. And over here, you can chat with clients. So maybe you're having an issue making payments and you need assistance. So you can click on this. There's always someone at the back end to listen to you and to see how we can assist you. And over here, you can get access to the program brochures, all of our program brochures. So you can click on this so you have an understanding of everything the program has to offer from point A to point Z. So I'll advise you to take a look at the program brochures. Very, very important. And you can see the discount is running at the moment. So you want to see how you can take advantage of this. So once you want to make payments, just scroll to the bottom and it's going to see Visit Store. Okay, you see Visit Store. So once you click on Visit Store, this is going to bring you over to this page. So just wait for this to open up. So it brings you over to this page where you get to select the program that you're looking to register for. So maybe you want to register for the Spot Analyst program, which of course is the crypto program. So you click on that, and then you go ahead to secure your seat. So you can see the discount is currently running. Okay, so 40,000. So you click on secure your seat, and this will bring you over to this point where you insert your details, your name, your email address, your phone number, and then click on proceed. So once you click on proceed, a pop-up would appear asking you for the way you want to make payments, if you want to make payments using your card, or if you want to make payments using transfer. So once you go ahead to make payments, a receipt will be sent to you automatically, immediately you make payments via email. So once that receipt is sent to you, that receipt would also, in addition to that receipt, you're also going to get a link that will be attached, and you'll be told to click on that link to complete your registration. So you can either click on the link directly from that email, or you can come over here instead back to the client registration hub and then click on upload your receipt here. So once you click on upload your receipt here, it's going to open up the form where you fill the form, you insert the details, you upload your receipt, and as soon as you submit the receipt, your payment will be confirmed and you get your program kit sent to you. Your program kit would contain all you need to get started, from the link to join the classroom, to join the community, to all of the applications that you need to install, with videos showing you how you can install those applications to get you ready for when the program starts. Okay, so I don't know if we have questions. I'll be taking questions now. If you have a question, all you need to do, just use the raise hand icon, just like I did. Okay, you can see the raise hand icon. So you can use the raise hand icon and I will call on you to ask your question, or you can send your question to the chat box and then we just take questions and we'll call it a day. Okay, so if you have a question, just use the raise hand icon. You can use the raise hand icon just like this, just like I did, and I'll call on you to ask a question. But if you have a question, that's fine as well. So if you have a question later on, you can always message any of the admins on the community. Okay, you can just message any of the admins in the community, and your a response will be provided, just in case you don't have any question for now. But I hope we had a great time. I hope we learned a lot today. Okay, so if you know you're still with me, just give me a thumbs up, just give me some reactions if you know you're still with me. And I believe everyone is still with me. I need to see some reactions, okay? I need to see some reactions, I need to see some reactions. So are we good? I hope we had an amazing time. Okay, so can you jam it, please? I need to see some reactions while as we wrap up. Or if you have questions, of course, you can just go ahead to ask questions. Okay, thank you, Robert Nelson. Thank you, Sharif, Ogenemaru, Lexi, and every other person on the call. Okay, thank you very much. I don't think we have a question now, but please, like I said, if you have a question later on, just send us a message and we'll see how we can get that sorted out. Go ahead to register quickly because the discount is only for the first 20%, and see how you can get into the space so we can help you achieve your goals. Until then, please ensure you go ahead to register, because as we all say, quick says the clock, and whatever you have to do, ensure you do quick. See you guys some other time. Cheers.